Hello, it's Tarot Therapy here. Lauren with you. It is November 24th. Technically it's Sunday. My time, it's 12:05 a.m. I'm going to do a quick before bed reading. And it's going to be for the collective. And let's see what we've got going on. I'm going to be using the Spiral Tarot deck. It's a new deck that is so rich in information and knowledge. I just love it. Got the Animal deck and the Mermaid Oracle out, so I have a lot of hair, you guys. Okay, Spirit, I pray the message of the collective. What messages do you want the collective to hear as we go to bed tonight? I do this live, you guys. This is all just straight out the gate, so that makes it, if that makes it more real, that makes it less professional, more professional. I'll leave that up to you. Viewer's preference, of course. Okay, that feels right. Alright, okay, so these came out. This one's hidden. See how this one's face down? These two came out, so they come out like this. I usually interpret that the one below is the first, but this feels like the one below is second. So we've got Judgment and the Seven of Pentacles from the Spiral Tarot deck. Do you feel like you haven't done enough? Your vantage point. This to me is you're looking with judgment on what's behind you, what you've done, what you've accomplished, what work has happened, or that there's others who are looking at what you've done, what you've planted, how you see the world, and they're saying, or you're reflecting on it, you're seriously reflecting on it because you're almost at the end. The Judgment card is right before the World card, the very end of the major arcana of the whatever journey you're on, whatever this is, it's almost over. So you're looking at what you've already done, what you've already planted, anticipating what's next, what might grow, how to strategize the next moves. So parts of the cycle. You plant the seed, you fertilize the soil, you nurture the soil, you plant the seed, you nurture the seed, you nurture its growth, you try to do so in a timely fashion, but according to the rhythms of the sun and the moon and whatnot, so that it gets enough phytochemicals and such, and then it comes time to harvest, and you're right there. You don't know what you're about to harvest, but something is about to come up out of the ground. And then beneath that, the hidden aspect is the Four of Pentacles. Whatever it is, you plan on keeping it. You're not letting it go. That's yours. Don't be too stingy. The things you step on don't grow well, right? Okay. What's the current state? The collective. We're approaching 2020. There's so many major events happening, so many things going on. Whether you watch the news, don't watch the news. Everybody in their life, whether it's internal or external, has got a lot going on. Whether they need to be woken up to it, whether they need to learn how to manage it. Everyone has a lot going on. Hey! timer was. Okay, hopefully I'll edit that out. What's the current energy? What's the current frequency? Okay, this popped out. This one is separate. We'll come to that in a moment. We've got 3 here. And what we've got is the 5 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. Oh, snap, schneal. I'll flip them around so you can see it from my vantage point. Okay, so we've got the 5 of Wands, which is fake conflict. Okay, makes me think of fake news, but I'm not going to start down that road. Please, if you were triggered to start down that road, just stop or just click to another channel, because we're not doing that here. What's real is spirit. What's real is your soul's mission. Nothing else matters. Don't let yourself be distracted. I feel like that's what the competition is about. It's the competition for our souls, honestly, competition for attention, for energy, for our very being, you know, for us to submit to other people's agendas that really don't serve us, but we're, you know, like we just, and we give our hearts, we give everything we've got with the Ace of Cups here. We give all of our love, and that's the only thing that saves us, because the 6 of Wands is someone who's victorious. The 5 of Wands is someone who's fighting off this ruckus, racketeering competition. So that's the current state for the collective. Trying to fight off the fray, trying to fight off the fake, not fake, but like the falsely imposed, the falsely construed edifices of society, the falsely construed conflicts in their lives or within yourself. Trying to fight that off with the one thing that like truly belongs to you, the Ace of Cups. No one else. Your heart energy is your heart energy, and it's the strongest, most core aspect of yourself. If you have your heart in full swing, everything else follows in suit when you make good decisions about who you're around. And maybe the 5 of Wands is saying you need to pay attention to who you're spending time with, because they're creating conflict for no reason. And then you've got the 6 of Wands, which is victory and success. So this will be overcome. The Ace of Cups, hearts if it's a standard playing deck, but the Ace of Cups is the solution. Like, not to be super cheesy, but the answer is love. Like when you're facing people that want to hurt you, if you learn to love them, you win. Now you don't have to spend time with them, but you can love them anyway, forgive them anyway. That is coming from a place of strength. That's something that's yours. It's not in competition. It's not in comparison. You win when you show up with the Ace of Cups here. Okay. So here's the hidden card with that set of 3. The Hanged Man. If you look at the card, there he is, like most Hanged Man cards, but it's in a valley. The symbolism of that is that this card represents the things that are gained when you're in a dark night of the soul, when your ego is hung out to dry. You might feel like a martyr. It's just an ego death. There's no such thing as martyrdom. Not in our world. Not with this card. You're acting in a selfless way. Is how you feel. But it's a necessary selflessness. You have to sacrifice things to move forward. So if you look at him, he's staring at this one side of the valley, this one layer of rock. And the rainbow is, if he looked the other way, all he would see is rainbow and be so great and pretty and wonderful and such a great sign. The other half of that rainbow is on the other side of the rock. He's looking for the other half. The other half is what is going to get him out of the situation, not the half that's there. If he were to look at that, he's smart. He would be pulled in further to his current predicament. He is looking for a way out. He has a good heart, and he's in a bad place. So, that relates to these 3 cards indubitably. Indubitably. Okay, so for the next set, it's late, so I'm trying to keep the energy up, That's a wide frame. Okay, we want to know next, towards what should we aspire? What action should we take? Towards what outcome? And what energy should we aspire? Oh my gosh! We always aspire to strength. This strength card is just super amazing. It's more in line with, and this is in the book for this tarot deck, and it's an amazing deck. I love how it has the Hebrew letters on every major arcana, but and like the Rider-Waite and some of the other commonly used classic tarot, the strength card, it's like she's taming the lion. This one, like you can see, she's forcibly trying to shut him up. Patriarchy much? Or, I don't know. I'd like to think of Aslan as the lion, but I don't want to go all women's studies. Okay, not right now, because it's not prepared. So this is what we need. We need strength. We need to learn how to shut other people up. People who think they're lions, but you're kind of just a big cat. You're just a big cat. You're kind of just a big cat. So you can purr at a distance. We'll take care of you if you need to be taken care of. But in the meantime, get out of the way. Is she preggo? Is that the Empress? They have the same color hair. And the lilies, you guys, there's some symbolism there I'm just not going to get into right now, but it it's about balance. And when things aren't balanced, someone has to step up. And generally the divine feminine is going to get the job done in the way that it's called for. That's way too many. So Star, Sun, Tower, Temperance, Devil, Emperor, and 7 of Wands. Yeah, that's way too much for right now. This is a good night spread. And the Lovers on the bottom. Oh, gross. If you had my ex, you'd say that too. Alrighty. Whoa, strength and justice. What do we need right now? Strength and justice. Again. You guys, it is not about whether you're right or they're right. We all are right. We all deserve our own opinions, and I live here in the United States of America, and that's one of the things that has always inspired me about living here, has capitulated my idealism and I don't want to say patriotism, but the love of my country. I'm happy to live here. I'm content to live here because I understood, my father being a academically accomplished attorney and professor teaching political science and government, being raised where those were our conversations at the dinner table. To have a voice, that there is strength in, there's strength in, I lost my train of thought. What we need right now is strength in order to achieve justice. And we're in a very sad state of multiplied bifurcation. So whatever groups we were bifurcated, because we're all one, but that wasn't I'm not trying to do that. But we're all one, okay? We're all connected through the fabric of humanity. Your experience, if I were in your shoes, I would have the same experience. However, we are all God put us here for a very specific reason, many of which are unique, however interconnected. So we have to have the strength to believe in and see justice, not for ourselves, but for the collective. What is unjust to you, which might benefit me, is unjust to the world. There is no such thing as an isolated event. Everything we do, everything we think, everything we put out there, it just expands. And in the times in which we live, these things expand so rapidly. There's a volatility that's embedded, but that's because we're losing our sense of self. We're losing our center, and we're compensating for that by seeking justice outside. So the Strength card is saying compassion, self-compassion, self-control. Tame your inner lion. Stop trying to look at everyone else like they're the lion. Everything starts inside of you. Okay? Not in me, not in anyone else. It starts inside of you. That's what you can control. That's your domain and yours alone. And from that is the wellspring of justice. That's how the balance is. The heart in one scale, the feather in the other. Ancient Egyptian practice. You did not get to cross over unless your heart was as light or lighter than the feather. A heavy heart means you need to cut some stuff out. Do you see this? All right, so we need the strength as a collective to cut some stuff out, to cut things out that are affecting our hearts. All right, so Princess of Cups is underneath. What do we need to cut out? What do we need to do? What's the next steps? What's the energy that we... Seven of Cups. Okay, so people are confused. People are confused. There's lots of options. There's so many options and so many things looking for your attention, looking for your emotional investment, looking for you to give to them because that's the way the world is. It always has been, but it is rapid fire. So we have to have strength for justice when dealing with the massive confusion. 8 of Wands underneath. Rapid information coming in. So what do we do about it? What do we do? 6 of Swords. Leave it behind. Take a sabbatical, take a journey, take a vacation, get away from it. Find yourself. So we have the 6 of Wands down here, which is success, and then we have the 6 of Swords here, which is, the cerebral realm, the mental realm. Same numerological factors. They're just get on your canoe, whether real or imaginary, and head for whatever shore you need to. Oh my gosh. And then the Four of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely a call to just, like, look within. I mean, and this is a reading for the collective, so it's just, we're living in a world that is not like anything it's been before. It's not like the 60s. It's in very distinct ways. It's not like the 50s in very distinct ways, but at the same time, it is exactly like these things. I look back through all of recorded history and try and find an exact parallel. Let me know if you can find something. I would love to hear the claim, hear the argument, hear the, what you have to say. This is a very rare time in history. Okay, maybe. We'll see. Might have been. All right, well, we've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant, lo siento para mi idioma. The Hierophant and the Queen of Pentacles. So the Hierophant, tomato. This is the gatekeeper. This is like the magician's dad or something. I don't know. The Hierophant is the person who's the high priest or high priestess that would allow access to the sacred texts and such that people would study at the beginning of recorded history, as we know, that would enable them to ascend. This was the person that said yes or no, you get in the door, you're allowed to learn what you need to move upward in your soul expansion. And then after that is the Queen of Pentacles. So if you're allowed in after the Four of Swords, then you get to be the nurturing bestower of your own reality, your own destiny, your own finances, your own fortune, your own earthly experience as a spiritual being. Okay, and now, the energies around us. Oh, collective, that one drained me to think of, okay, I got like a bajillion here. It's the Queen of Swords, the Hermit, Death card, High Priestess, Princess of Pentacles, and Nine of Pentacles. I'm not going to get into that, but it's out there for the record. For the collective, Spirit, what's your advice leading up to the outcome? Spirit, what's your advice leading up to the outcome? Maybe. Nine of Wands. It looks like he's doing some sweet dance moves. It's like, hey, shimmy, shimmy, go that way. However, the Nine of Wands typically represents being defensive. Like, he's not the typical guy in the Rider-Waite, or, in the tarot that's got the head bandaged, he's beaten, and he's bruised, and he's got all these wands. He's like, this is where I let you. Oh, I'm so defensive. Get away from me. I'm looking at you. I'm mean mugging like a mother. This guy's dancing. He's like full out jazz hands. All right. That's hilarious. Okay. But so maybe it's a deflection tactic. That's the world we live in. It is. We got the nice top hat, got the, fancy adornments, and I'm just gonna jazz hands you with my, however it is that I can fancily, detract you, deflect from what's really going on. So this is saying, like, what to do right now. The advice is look elsewhere. And I'm curious what the next card is going to be, because he is pointing right here. And so he's saying, I'm defending back here, Seven of Pentacles. I'm defending what I put down before you judge. There's a lot of conflict going on. I've done my best. I've been confused, but I've shown strength. I've sought justice. And then I left it to be decided. Now, I stepped back, Four of Swords, rest, recuperation, and I'm leaving it up to the gatekeeper. I'm leaving it up to the powers that be, to the law, to whomever, to the governing dynamics, whatever those may be, however that might be understood. And I've been in my own space. Oh my gosh. My knee. So these cards came out. I want to 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, Princess of Swords. Dang, Gina. That is a rough set. That's some injustice. That's some for serious injustice. Oh my goodness. All right, my joints just don't work that way, so hold on. See those cards? See that guy? Oh my gosh. It's like sword stabbed in the back, acupuncture. That does not sound like fun. Oh my gosh, someone did some shady stuff. I'm not sure where to put those. I'll put them there. Woo! Oh my gosh. So, I mean, the absolute ending of a group, of a cycle of life, of like a mental breakdown, and then followed by the 3 of Swords, which is like typically the heart with 3 swords in it. Just someone just coldly like cut and run with the Princess of Swords there. Man, saying like, I've got your back. Right, not in the way you want, but she's saying, I've got the back of the person who cut and run. That's nasty. She's also saying if you do anything further, you hit 13. You're done. No more swords. All right, here we go. Dos más. Perfecto. See? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this guy is saying deflect with the 3 of Cups. It's either deflect with the 3 of Cups, be defensive, and like point in the other direction and just celebrate, because there's nothing else you can do. Be around friends, be around family, like talk about your life, connect with other people, celebrate, because judgment's already been called. You've done what you can do, everything else in between. And then, drum roll please, the Magician. Back to a brand new beginning with all the power of every element and all of its potential right there. And you see the way he's absorbing the power from above and sort of transmuting it and sending it below. We need to treat our environment better. If you don't know that, well, cancel your plans for the next week and go Google it and watch a bunch of documentaries, read a bunch of articles, because you would think living under a rock would actually give you a better perspective on that. So, the advice is to use our energy after the judgment has all come down, whatever it is. We need to manifest something new, something healthy, something that balances the above and the below. We got to put everything we have into it, even if it means we have constipation face. Okay. All right, that's that, you guys. It's late. I love you. I love you so much. I'm bad at these weird signs. Good night.